Alright, hopefully you guys can hear me fine. This is something completely different, but I've been wanting to do it for a while. I think I have everything set up in front of me. Let me actually get that. Oh, I need this guy. Yeah, no, we are doing something completely different today. Metal Earth. Don't know if you guys knew about that. Oh, real quick before we start, I did shut down the charity. I can't ask for any money at this time. Like, with what's been going on, I am not going to do that. Yeah, alright, but without further ado, alright, different view, messy desk. R2-D2. Lights right here, and then I was trying to get my other camera set up on top of my monitor, but I couldn't. I wasn't expecting this until at least tomorrow, so hopefully it all looks good. Hopefully you can hear me and all. I'm gonna turn down Spotify here. I don't have anything on my ears or anything. I don't want anything, so first time go, I guess. I'll try and keep up with chat and stuff as I can. So yeah. Go ahead and open up this iconics piece. I already have an R2-D2, but it's a small one. I wish I could show you guys this, but all of my Metal Earth projects, things falling all over the place. Yeah. So yeah, there's my small one. Oh boy, is it, you know? Chair from rolling over things. Also, church wood. Got him a few days ago. Tripod is also in an interesting space for this. Now, got two sheets. This is full color and it's amazing. Let's see if I can't see it right. Set them aside for now. Oh man, those are amazing. This is definitely spur of the moment, as you guys can probably tell. I usually use a tray like this, so alright, you can, if you're trying to that is interesting. I'm just looking over at that. Alright, back to what I was doing. Alright, so first thing I usually do is I open it up. I usually actually open these right away, but I decided not. I wanted to open it. Find my MMS number, or in this case, ICX number. Find my... I was going to try and get this on screen, but... So... Usually it's basically this, the whole instruction sheet, but on the website where I use it for the parts guide here. So I go to the website, type in these numbers right here where it will tell me where to go for a 360 view. If that's even going to show. Let me bring it up closer to the camera. Yeah, the lighting is not ideal. So I use this for instructions and this then computer for my parts list. So I'm gonna go here. I already have it set up from another build I did recently. This is ICX131. Should pull it up. Good, there is an instruction manual. It's perfect. Oh, thanks, people. Together. I'm excited. Perfect. and there are usually instructions where it says you probably won't be able to see these instructions I'm looking at, so. But I have a plethora of tools. This guy's a stand with clips and a magnifying glass. Plenty of pliers here. Most importantly are my flush cutters. I'm gonna have to. And then there's some hollow screwdrivers. Hobby tool screwdrivers is what they're technically called, so. Alright, so this is my second set of instructions. I can set those aside for now. Let's get started. Do some magic. And I know it's been a while since I've streamed last too, so that's fun. But I'm honestly glad to be back at it. I needed a break. Get this guy out of the way. Oh, also, well, I see it. Wooden dowels. Very useful for things that are curved. And this one will have curves. Alrighty. Now you won't be able. So the light is here. So I'll have it down a lot. This light that I use for everything has magnifying on it. Actually, don't. Which is why I got it for Metal Earth. So I might go quiet for a little bit. Please bear with me on that. So, which is my A sheet and which is my B sheet? So this is A, this is B. I need to orientate it. Perfect. I like having those in orientation. And then on the instructions, it tells me which sheet everything is from. Get these on the side. A little disjointed here. Apologies. Alright. So like the first step has something rotated, so I'll be using one of these. I also have a bunch right next to me. Oh. There it is. There we go. Ugh. And no, this is not an April Fool's Day joke thing. This is an actual thing that I'm going to be doing for the next couple hours. One big thing to remember is to take it slow. And I do apologize, I won't be able to show you guys the instructions as well as I'd hoped. But let's do this. So we got two of the same thing going here. I do apologize for any glare. I need to get started now, don't I? One is seriously. Okay. Most of the time, these projects will tell you if a side is engraved or not engraved, and you use which side you use. When they're painted projects, like the metal are painted, they'll usually paint just one side. That side can be your engraved side. Makes it a lot easier. The instructions do tell which side you want to use as well, so Flush cutters are really useful because they cut right against the metal. I was using just standard wire clippers for a while, so as you can see, I put one of those that was a tiny piece I just clipped out. So I put it in my grips. Now, these could be a bit better with folding small pieces, but they do for me. They just work. That's what I need them to do. And back to what I was saying about the sides. Sometimes you'll have a piece that has engravings on one side, especially if it's curved, but that's your side that you don't want showing. Sometimes they actually have a set to show that side. General rule of thumb with these is your engraved side is up. Basically, in the instruction sheets, the panels, these guys, will be laid out in orientation. So like for this one, this is sheet A. This piece is in the top left. If it's on this side, there's no way I can put it on the top left. So this is up, essentially. And therefore, this is your engraved side. That's one thing I've learned by just doing these. Another thing is when you're doing curves, you have something that goes into a piece, or you have like a lid that goes over something, go size to that specific thing. Like for what I'm doing right now, there's another piece that I'm getting ready to clip out that will be what this current piece goes into. Like the first piece I clipped out goes into that piece after I've bent it in a circle. So I'm going to cut out the second piece and base my cylinder off of that, if that makes sense. Double checking I'm getting the right piece. Always pays to double check. And only cut out what you need. Alright. And then this one, the engraved side will be this side. If you can, hold on. If you can even see that. This is, yeah, there you go. I need this light on, sorry. So, that's the engraved side. It's painted gray, so it's not really dull, but that's the unengraved side. It's more shiny. And the non-engraved side will most likely be shiny. And this instruction is telling me to fold these corners in. I love this plier set because it has a flat, like 90-degree angle and when I do curve folds like this, I take it and fold against. So I take it and fold it against like that. If you guys can even see it. And it just works. And then I can use the top of it for that same thing on the last bend. Now this one, I'm only going to do one. Take this, take my dowel and size. This actually is a little bit big, which is actually a good thing. I like having it a little bit bigger, which helps me size. Let me grab another thing here. And always good to have a small little hammer. This one's an old one, but it's also very, very useful. Long needle nose also helps. And then I have some jeweler rounders, I think are what they're called. Actually, I'm going to use on my angle needle nose. I don't know the actual names for these, so if I get them wrong, I do apologize. When you first start out with metal earth, I do not recommend a piece like this. This is one of the more challenging pieces. Granted, there are pieces that are even more challenging than this. But I do recommend a tray like this, because this small piece is wanting to wriggle out of my hands. Therefore, I am working with it over the tray, so if it happens to fall out of my hands, it lands in the tray, or at least has a greater chance. Now, all these curves and bends are not going to be perfect. Don't expect that. Even in the 360 views, some of them are not perfect. And what I'm gonna do is I have like pliers with grips on them, like teeth on them. I'm gonna use that, grab a hold of the piece, because it's super tiny. Stick it in. Oh, I got it too small. Which is perfectly fine as well. This is telling me to twist. There will be a little green triangle if it wants you to twist. A little blue circle if it wants you to bend them, like flat against. I prefer twist in some cases where it tells me to bend. I prefer a twist. That's just me. I know that I can get a very secure connection. I have, however, started doing the bends when they call for it more. That's just because I've been getting good. I've done 30 odd projects. And the next piece probably should actually grab the base first, like I said earlier. I'm just going to set it here, because I can set it on there and be okay with it. Oh, and it's labeled on sheet B, but the second one's on A. Awesome. Another thing, in most of the projects, they will give you extras of the tiny pieces, sometimes of the large, but Metal Earth is usually pretty good about giving you extras of tiny pieces. Quick side note here, and if I'm jumping around, I do apologize. That's just the way my brain works. Step 1 has 3 different parts, but I am only working with the first 2. Don't get too far ahead of yourself with these, so that can lead to mistakes. I know I did a model a while back, and I actually discarded it because it ended up being a mistake. I made a mistake. It's actually the Black Panther model. I made a mistake with it, and when I went to put the elbow on, it was on the wrong side of the arm, but I had twisted the pieces. So I was like, and when you twist the tabs, there's no guarantee you're getting those off. Hold on, guys. Alright, good, that was quick. Sorry, guys. Shoot, what was I talking about? Oh, right. So, like, I had twisted those tabs, and when you twist the tabs, you don't really want to untwist them unless you know which direction you had twisted them in. And, like, if you can untwist it in the opposite direction, basically going back, if you continue twisting in the same direction, you are going to break the tab. Now for this one, I don't know if you were able to tell. Probably not. What I did was I left this open. Left it open. See if I can't get it closer. Yeah. Instead of fully closing the circle like I did on the other one. I actively learned how to do these pieces, so like I'll do it one way. Then next thing I do, when I do the duplicate of it, I'll do it a better way. That's one good thing about these. I love doing that. So then I can close it off. And like so. Another thing is when I'm twisting tabs or even bending them, I pull the tab against the piece. So like on this side, I pull out and then twist instead of just twisting. That way I know for sure the piece I'm locking is snug. Oh. The next one is another small. Doesn't look too small. And usually if you have multiples of one part, like duplicates of a part, the instructions will color code pieces. There are some that don't, some that do. It just depends. And it's really nice when they do though, so. So we're actually not done, but we're gonna have to remember that is from step 1, because they will reference that in the instructions. Now, let's grab our next part, which is right here. And if you if I bring it out of view, the sheet's out of view, I do apologize. Like I said, this is my first time doing something like this. Hopefully next time I'll have it better set up. So this doesn't tell me what side it is, but I'm gonna look far ahead. And step 1 goes like this. So I am going to assume that I want colored side out. Oh, this is gonna be fun to do. Generally, if it's colored, you want colored out. And this one is calling for a bend. I'm not gonna bend this because of how small it is. I'm not just gonna purely bend. If you need to on these, it always does suggest for bends, you can do it like a half twist instead of fully twist. You can do a half twist, then later on untwist and bend. I don't really like that. That leaves the metal a little weak. So I usually take it, twist it, and bend it. This piece didn't lock in very well, the first piece I put in. Because usually sometimes if it tells you to bend, it's also because there's not enough room for the full tab to be popped out. Oh no. Oh. Okay, cool. There we go, that's a little more secure. And let's double check the secureness of this one. That feels pretty secure. So remember, that's step 1 right up here. Now grab part number 3 again. I usually put finger, like hold the piece as I'm clipping it out, and clip out over my tray. Sometimes I have lost some pieces before. I'm not perfect. My very first one I did that got me into this was Hogwarts Express. Not the new one that they have, but just plain metal. And I remember doing it. I lost a piece actually. And I did it, I wasn't in my room, but it was over carpet. And it just flew off, and I never was able to find it. Lost pieces are fun. At least usually they're full metal so you can see the glint. These usually are a bit... Now I have to adjust the bend here. I had to adjust how far apart these two tabs were. this one, I'm probably actually just going to straight up bend. Oh yeah, that's a little easy. And also, when I first started, I didn't have this guy. My lamp. I had a different lamp, and I had this, you know, those things you wear on your forehead that have magnifying lenses, like for both one for each eye. I had one of those. I didn't really have all these tools. But yeah, no, it's been so many projects. I'm just looking back. Ow. Yeah, no, it's just a little piece and it wasn't actually very important. I gotta have my Dr. Pepper. And it wasn't like it was super, super important. And that was also where I learned that dowel rods are super useful for doing cylinders. Because it's a train, it has a cylindrical boiler. Yeah, no, alright, moving on. Step number 2, we're kind of moving a little bit slower, but I'm trying to keep a good pace here. Step number 2, 4, and 5. Let's get 4 out first. Probably should have done 2 before 1 earlier. So number 4. Okay, I see those 2 pieces. Wrong sheet. I do that too much. I'm gonna go ahead and clip both out. As you get farther along in a project like this, you start taking little quick steps that help along the way, like to prevent you from taking forever. And as you continue doing projects like I have done, you're like, oh, I can do this to help this, and do this step here, or change this up just a tiny bit. And there you have it. It's completely like you've done it yourself essentially, but you have the instructions. But you learn different little things to help you out. And that's something only you can do. Like, I can explain how I'm doing something, but only you can figure out the exact way for you to do something. So what I tell my coworkers at work, my new incoming coworkers, like trainees and whatnot, I tell them only you can do. I can tell you all day how I do something, but I can't tell how I do something. But I can't tell you how you do something. That's something you have to figure out yourself. You have to figure out the best way for yourself. Like, how to do this. I do it best this way, but you may do it best a different way. This one's a little bit simpler, and then the cylinder piece we're having has a cap on it, like a lid, so makes it just a little bit easier. Oh, and it's also a little bit bigger too, so I like that a lot. So that first piece we had didn't show up well for siding, so this side is again engraved side. So this one's not painted, it's shiny on both. You would think that this is the engraved side. Oh, I have to bring that down a little closer. There's like little ridges along this piece, along the straight. No, this is the engraved side. That is just like basically allows it to fold a little easier. Hopefully next time I do this, I'll have better camera, better lighting and everything. So I'm going to use a larger diameter dowel rod. I need light behind the camera, don't I? Because this is too large. I'm gonna grab a different size. Hopefully it's like I go up against the circle that it is against, like this. I'm holding the piece on my finger on the bottom. Okay. Drop that back down. Actually, let me size with this. That one is actually perfect-ish. Yeah. But I'm going to use this piece first. This one first. I don't cut these. I just don't. I don't need to. Because if I start large, I can start the curve. And then this one actually is a tiny smaller. I can bring the curve around. I understand these things may be hard for you guys to see. I do apologize. I'll have better hopefully have better things next time. Then I brought that cap down, then using my angled pliers to continue the curve around it and kind of just adjust a little bit, and not get it perfect. Because I understand it's not going to be perfect, and by striving for perfection, I won't finish the project. Slide it in. This is calling for a twist, so I take it, pull it tight, and give it the twist. Take it, pull it tight, give it that twist. And then after that, I can come back in, adjust the curve if I need to, get that cap down a little bit. So yeah, where's my other one? Okay, perfect. You can do these with a pair of tweezers and clippers and metal wire cutters. And speaking of tweezers, I know mine. There they are. Simple as that. And as a matter of fact, there's some Iconics box sets, like just it's a box. They would provide tweezers. They're a little bit large for my taste. I like these because they're small. They have a smaller to it. Yeah. Hopefully I can get a better camera at some point too. So this is just a rinse and repeat here. Hold around. And this one, I'm actually just gonna eyeball. These are small pieces I'm working with. There are some larger pieces on these sheets, so hopefully, I almost lost that, but I caught it. I usually work like right in front of that tray, and honestly, doing this is probably gonna be helpful. Huh? By the way, you're welcome. You're welcome for what, Aquino? No. There's nothing broke. Okay, cool. Sometimes these pieces are just weak. There are pieces that have perforations in them on the folds to make it easier to fold. Be careful of those. They can break easily, and sometimes you just have to deal with it. Hopefully I'm being able, yeah, it looks like by my audio levels, you guys should be able to hear me over the, I better look at, I have no clue what he's talking about. I have an idea, but I'm not going to push it. So these are tubes. On to step 3, we get to get into bigger parts. Yay! Sound like wrong. There, I see it. Thank you, Aquino. Dr. Aquino, welcome to the Chemistry Club. Thank you for that sub. Enjoy your time here and have fun. Alright, now we get to use a bigger part. This is 6. I had a feeling because they usually go in number order as well. So like your first piece will be piece number 1 from the sheet, usually. There might be some skips around, like later on you might see like a lower number while you're in the uppers, but that's just because it was a duplicate and they're going back to it. So like, oh, I don't have an actual good example. Wow. 21, say you're all the way to part 49. They might call for part number 21. I doubt it, but it could be. So this one is going to be fun. Not really, but still. Yeah. Okay. Another thing, these tabs here are in the center here. 1. It's hard to see these. There's one little one here, if you can see it. 2, 3. That's calling for these to be bent outwards. Like, those are going to be interesting. That's where these guys come in. I know you're worried. I'm just doing my little thing, Kino. Stop interrupting me now. I've known Kino for a while, so I get to give him crap like that. Alright, I just used the end to push those out. Take the flat pliers, and just kind of get that set against a bunch of ridges here because it's gonna be oh, you're saying no to okay, because it's gonna be curved. Now this is gonna be fun. It has slots on both sides. Oh boy. Yeah, we're starting to get in some bigger pieces. So that's his torso. That's the body of him. So that's about how tall he's gonna be with the head and then the legs. So yeah, he's gonna be a pretty good size considering this back piece is the base. So that was 6. Now to go to number 7. Where's 7? 7 is up here, is it? Is it? Where's 7? Sometimes these are hard to find on the sheets. 7 is this piece right here. Right, that. Looks like it's above a foot panel. I love the detail of some of these. Sometimes like you'll get these engraved. They'll be like engraved as well as painted. Like not just the normal like shape, but like I'll have scroll work, and I actually have a beautiful example. A beautiful example of this. And it's Western Revolver. This right here, if you'll adjust. But all of this is like ridged, and you can feel it. It's textured. Really nice. So yeah, when that is like that, oh my gosh, just makes the piece even more beautiful. And I'm still watching my audio levels. I'm glad you guys can hear me still. Sweet. I have my microphone tucked away, so. But like when you have that texture to them, that's the word. When they get that texture to them, oh my gosh. Just makes the piece even more beautiful. Like you have this where you're putting details slightly behind the front piece, whereas you might not get that normally. This one's calling for folding, and you definitely want to fold these tabs on this one. You're going to fold it against It's like you're gonna have it pull outwards. You're gonna want this one too. It's like this piece is here, so I'm pulling the tab pieces here, so I'm pulling the tab to here. I'm pulling away from the piece, that's the word. Away from the piece and clamping. It does sometimes more up the metal here, but I honestly don't care. Makes it look a little bit better. Oh crap. This one, since there's holes here, and well, actually here and here, I'm actually gonna fold inwards just to give myself room because there's little slots around. That way I don't have to worry. This is gonna be fun because I'm just going to take these sometimes and do it, or I just use my hands. Honestly, using these is much better because these are made for like making rings. See how they are kind of got the rubber on side, but it's like angled in. They're very useful. I picked those up at Office Max quite a while ago just to make circles in these, like the cylinders. Now, just the way these work, you're gonna get like these. It's not gonna be like smooth all the time. That's fine. R2-D2, yeah, he may have been smooth, but by the end, even he would have been roughed up a little. Like especially here, where there's the corner of the back piece, it's gonna be really hard to get it right. And the biggest thing is, kind of like if you've ever watched Adam Savage on Tested, and he does weathering, like when you're working with metal earth, that's kind of the thing you're doing right then and there. I'm going to look forward in the instructions to see which way they want me to bend the tabs for the back piece. I'm assuming inside. It's not showing. Okay. I am gonna make the assumption that they want it inside the body just for smoothness. I'm actually gonna look. Oh no, they had those on the outside. Perfect. That makes things much easier. So basically, the tabs go from the inside to the out on the body. The inside to the out, which makes things easier than doing it from the outside to the in. Some things, when they want it to look good, do that. So, set that aside. That's our top because you have these little guys here. The arms and storage and whatnot. And we're on to number 8, which is multiple of 1. Oh, and another thing, this guy is going to fold, is that in? That's what the 360 view is for. I wish I could show you guys, but next time maybe. Yeah, he goes in to the body. So this guy, you can just use your nail. Once you get far enough, you can grab it. I'm gonna go this way, flatten it back out. Yeah, like that. If you haven't, I don't know if you can tell, but R2-D2 is by far my favorite droid. So he goes here. Number 8. This guy, clip. Oh no, that's not. Yikes. If you ever have a piece like that, like that fence-like pieces, you're gonna have lines like this. That, you know what, basically a fence. I take my flat pliers, clamp it in between to flatten it back out if when I cut it kind of bends, because that tends to happen. And go this way. it wants me to do the curve before I put it in, I find it easier to curve against something I've already curved. I was saying to twist, so it gives me the secure attachment. Sometimes if it tells me to twist, I might bend because there's like right up against a wall of a piece. So then I just do the curve. Like I just put it in flat and then did the curve. Instead of where my instructions, it wants me to do the curve. Sometimes it's just much easier to do it the other way around. So, and then this shape is not final for me. I'm going to finalize it when I put in the back section. Makes it a lot easier. So, step 1 piece. It's going to go in this bottom hole here. And that's why I decided to put the color on the outside, because I could see that coming. I'm going to have to flatten this front out. Instead of going down away from the piece, I don't like that hold. I like it when the hold better going into the piece, essentially. Into the added piece. Like into the, on top, onto the hole. I like having that rotation better than the other direction. It just works. Well, hello there, entity. If I don't see your message in chat, I do apologize. I'm obviously going to focus more on this, so. Moving on, number 9, scroll up on my page. I really hope next time I can show you guys all what I'm seeing on my computer. Just didn't work out this time. It's in a ring, which I'm usually very careful to leave all pieces in the ring until I am done. Until I'm ready for the ring. Otherwise, you gotta pay attention to what piece went where. And like, if I have to cut a thing out, if I have to cut the whole thing out, I will lay them down on the tray, leave them alone, and have them in orientation, as it shows from the parts layout. Most of these are going to be engraved in because they're going inside the body. Like the engraved, you fold onto the engraved. Like the engraved side will be facing you, and you're folding towards you. Because if they're inside the body, that's usually how it works out. There are also a lot of times when pieces will have a curve on the flat side, like it doesn't, you don't curve the piece itself, there's like a cutout essentially, and they go inside another curve, and you can use the cutout curve to help curve the piece that you were doing earlier. So basically, if this had a curve on it, and I was doing it this way, I'd use that. If this had a cutout here of the curvature I needed this piece to be, I'd use that. So 9 goes on top. Perfecto. Right, 9 is going on top, right? Yes, that's what it looks like. You usually put tabs in at angles and it works fine, like go one then the other. Like normal, I'm going to fold into the hole. It just feels like it's a better hold. There are certain times when like I will go back and forth with these, like especially if it's like a railing on the side of a ship and you're just putting it on there, or like there's just like if it's going to stay like relatively flat. If you go all the same direction, they'll come apart because you can go like, say I did all the same direction, I can go like, I can take it and then along the seam fold, then slide apart. So I go back and forth when there's not, like on this one I won't have to do that because there's two sides holding it in. But if there's only one line holding it in, I have to go back and forth actually. I never finished that fold. I was just pulling out another model and I didn't finish the fold. Nicely done, me. This is actually a good example. This is one I've done already. So like how I've gone out and then in, that's because this piece is held up here and I could easily go twist it out and take it apart. Ships like the Missouri, Arizona, or Titanic, those are where you're going to find that. If we have it here, I'll talk about it then as well. So, all right, number 10. And this is just basically rinse and repeat, just folding and then putting it in the part in the main body. Sometimes you'll have projects that just do the same step over and over again a lot. That's when you learn how to come up with slightly faster ways to do things. And as you continue doing things, you learn what the best way to do stuff is. So yeah. I am gonna listen to the music while I do this. So sometimes listening to music is really nice. Allergy season. Alright. Quick stretch. And moving on. Step number 2 goes in this hole over here, octagon. Makes sense. Circle because of the fan blade. There's a circular look. And this had an octagonal look, so that honestly makes the most sense. Same thing as earlier, fold into the hole. It works better for me, in my opinion. Clamp it down. Nothing much to it. I did do one of these a long time ago, recorded, but I've since actually kind of scrapped that, actually. It just didn't work out as I hoped. How is it doing that? I think most of the 3D models have the tabs folded inwards to the hole like I do, so yeah, that's what this one is. So for this, next 2 pieces come from here and here, from the inside of this, leaving one. I'm not cutting that out yet because I'll lose it. So I'm just going along the outside and trimming. I'll come back and trim a couple places up real quick. That's the other good reason for using a tray. You can catch all the metal shavings like that, and the excess. Alright, I just checked for engravement. I don't know which side it is, because I have ridges on one, and those are usually your inside. And you gotta be careful when cutting off these little prongs, I'm gonna call them, because you can easily, if it's thin enough on the part, you can cut off the wrong thing. This is gonna be fun. One of the things you gotta be careful of as well is you can give parts of curvature with these guys. I'm gonna do these one at a time, even though I've cut out both of them already. Sometimes you have to give things extra fold. Now this is the part where I use these little tweezers, and that they're thin on the end, whereas the ones from Middle Earth aren't usually, because it's hard to get along the side here. I'm gonna have to actually add bend. This one calls for twist, but here's a case where I'm gonna actually bend. Because I won't be able to fully twist. Give a curve back, but not fully. This is also why I recommend a little mini hammer. Like, you can flatten things out. You can clamp it down like so on a piece. And then hammer down on here to flatten. Don't necessarily need to do that right now for mine. I'll be fine. I actually gotta skip that. I just remembered I need to. Before I forget, that song reminded me. I need to remove that from the playlist. It shows on YouTube. It catches it for some reason, even though it's a remix. It just catches it. Hopefully, it hasn't already played tonight. If it has, it's fine. YouTube just catches it. I mean, granted, it's the current algorithm. It's because of things, but just gonna take it off for now. It's a good song. Don't get me wrong. Honestly, if I could give you guys a view of what I'm seeing right now, that'd be perfect. But I'm using the magnifying light, so you'll just have to bear with me a sec. Adjust parts and pieces. Always have pressure on them, like when you're doing these like folds like this and trying to get pieces on top of things and whatnot. Always make sure there's pressure to hold things down and in place. You can give it a couple of clamps while I have it under magnifying. Should be fine. If not, it will. Kind of bring that curve back because it looks like we're done at adding. Sit back up because I need to. Yeah, it looks like we're done with step 3. Don't be afraid to fold your instruction pages. Honestly, that works much better than trying to keep them like when you get to the back, keep them flat. You don't really have to do that, trust me, I've done it before myself. Thing is, I wish they had a middle fold, so I'm gonna have to make a middle fold of my own. In between. So about as good as you're gonna get. Cool. Once you're finished with the main cylinder of the body, I'm gonna take a quick break, alright? I can tell it's going to be this piece right here, but just to be sure, I am double checking my parts guide. Now always paste double check. You know the saying, right? Measure twice, cut once. Double check. You're going to love yourself for double checking later on. And here after the break, I might do a voice call or something, so who knows? Man. Hands are sore after working all day. So this piece we're gonna bring the fold around. Bring the curvature, it's not gonna be perfect, don't forget. We don't strive for perfection. We don't like perfection. What we're gonna do here, in preparation, these tabs are going to have to be folded outwards against the body. I'll take 2 at once and then do the third one by itself. So take 2 at once, and the third one by itself. And this one's gonna have a slightly tighter fold. Oh, fun! I just realized something. Got a couple of extra places. Hey. Luckily, those are up high. That's up high enough for where like the leg attachments are gonna be. Slew of part steps. Fun. Adjust the curvature. It's never perfect. Never perfect. I love imperfection in these. First time I did these, I was like, I want these to be perfect. Man, I really wish the zoom on this camera was better. Bring you guys in a little closer here. Yeah, I didn't like how that was like, but it works. Okay. This is a kind of a rinse and repeat on this. And then, right, like I was saying, it kind of bent as I cut it out, but that's okay because it's going to need to be bent anyway. Like curved bent, not that bent. And like I didn't try and find it out this time because I remembered that from the first time I did this from this side. Hopefully you guys can see just that. Well then, I do not make any mistakes. Mistakes happen. Yeah, I got the slots on the wrong end. Well, you said things have to be perfect. Luckily, I can see the direction of my twist. And fix it real quick. It's not a huge deal to fix. Glad I noticed that first right away though, because I could have been down the line and the body already, this section already like sealed off essentially, or I can't get to it. There's new pieces. Been playing this game a lot lately. I wanted to stream it first when I first started off, but I was too excited. You guys understand? Kind of like how I needed to take a break from streaming for a good while. Because I did quite a few streams in a row, and I was like, I need to take a break from streaming. Alright, there we go, that's fixed, yay. Now I'll put this in correctly. Sure you guys recognize the tune play Animal Crossing. Entity, if you're still here, you better, because I know you play. Sorry that there's no on-screen title. The Spotify extension on my Stream Deck does not like working all the time, and I just was like, I'm not taking any chance. I'm not gonna mess with it this time. I decided not to mess with it. So, from what we learned earlier, circle, octagon. Step 1 is the circle. It's fun. It's right in there. I love how Metal Earth can get marred up a little bit, but it just makes it look all that much better. Granted, I like doing these with as little impact as possible. But just doing this live makes me think, oh, it's actually better if it's not. If it has those tiny little imperfections, it feels cooler in a way. Perfecto. That's done. Make sure we have bottom lined up with bottom. I'm gonna slide this in. And then I'm going to go where the piece the tabs are on. That's the piece I'm folding the tabs towards. That way it pulls both pieces together, and you can't just slide it apart later on. Granted, this will have a thing on top to prevent that, which honestly I could use as my guide, but right now we're fine. We will have to adjust the curvature. Like with any cylinder, it will always be, most likely, big cylinder like this, it will pretty much always be two-part. Or any circle that has a tab like that. Fold the piece to the piece that has the tab, not the piece that has the slot. It looks pretty good if I do say so myself. And this is where we'll stop right now. We will continue on. Don't worry. I just looked at it. It looks like a really good stopping point. I need to do. Just get up, stretch. Oh gosh, it is. Okay. That. There you go. Alright guys, we're back. I got a Kino with me actually right now. Again, this time. Yeah. Can't talk, can I? Never can. Another thing that I like doing, and Kino, you'll hear me be talking about this, so I'll just chat with you every so often. It's just something like extra for me to be talking about, you know? So, one thing I like doing is I like having a snack with me whenever I work on Middle Earth. So, I've got popcorn.
Nice.
Always fun. Now, moving on to step 5. So, man, I
know you might be involved on my stream as well. I'm gonna just stream on my channel with your code effect.
Sounds fun. But no, I really wanted to do that Star Wars RP, but this came in. And I wanted to do this piece and I wanted to stream. I wanted to stream the build of it, so I was like, okay, I want to do it now, so yeah. I'm glad to be back to streaming a little bit here and there. I needed that break though.
Yeah. Where did I put this stuff? I don't know where any of these are.
You know, honestly, I was getting a bit burnt out, you know, and the whole. So real quick, we're gonna put this piece aside. We can just put it in the corner for now because we won't need it for a few. Yeah, that's about as close as I'll be able to get it.
Yeah, we'll just have to remove those for now.
I love doing the painted models because when it says engraved side, you can always tell what side it is. Oh, I'm gonna have to.
Device that needs to go above games, text GDI that needs to also go above.
I have to take this down actually.
I hope this is actually working. Nope, that is not what I wanted. Works. I'll just move that over that since I'm glitching out and stuff on the stream. Hope you don't mind me just rambling on about
Yeah,
making sure that is working.
no. Just keeping each other company, am I right?
Mm-hmm. No, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted.
Honestly, sometimes that's the best thing, like talking with someone, just to talk and just keep each other company. Can't go wrong with that.
Music is still being played.
Oh, by the way, in your layout, when you're actually playing the game, like Minecraft, it covers up the music being played, like covers up the full title of the song.
Yeah, I kind of fixed that. Hopefully it shouldn't be doing that now. I checked on chat. It is being shown right now, so we're good.
Yeah, Kino showed me what mod view looks like. Oh my gosh, it looks cool. That makes me wish I had it for myself on my channel. But I have a lot more stuff I look at. So this is gonna be it.
The mod view is interesting, by the way.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it though, so.
I think it'd be more helpful when like you have more people in your chat.
Yeah. For like the bigger streamers. I know the mods for bigger streamers love it.
Yeah.
At least for Stevens. We all know I'm a Stevenite.
Mm-hmm.
And I've gotten you to like him too, so be more invested in that group, I guess.
Mm. What was I about to do?
You were about to do this. You were about to do that one thing. That one thing that you don't know what it was.
Yeah, basically. I'm basically just working on my base on this server right now. That's all I'm really doing.
Yeah. Can he? But yeah, no, it's a long day at work, but I saw this on the counter when I got home, and I was like, yes! It's early, but yes!
Yeah, I finally got the rest of my taxes today, which was pretty nice.
Nice.
So I'm no longer broke.
Oh yeah, that's good.
I'm not streaming Modern Warfare yet. Freaking bot.
Sometimes you have to refresh your stream manager page.
Yeah, it's showing on Twitch that it is not Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's good.
So,
I hope
it is showing that I am playing Minecraft SMP. Is it? Hold on.
Hopefully I'm streaming in the right
kind. It's still being shown as Call of Duty. Hold on. That needs to get changed.
Sometimes things are weird.
Okay.
Then again, a lot of people are using the services right now, so like the services are being peaked right now, so I know YouTube's cutting back to standard def on pretty much everything. Speaking of YouTube, I found out that the remix I have of Dearly Beloved from Kingdom Hearts got a strike on it, but luckily...
You've been playing Kingdom Hearts music in your streams and I haven't noticed this entire time. What the heck?
Only Dearly Beloved.
I mean, Dearly Beloved is a good song, so I mean...
And that was the only one that got...
I'm pretty sure the song I'm using won't get copyrighted by Twitch. Hopefully it doesn't.
Well, it'll just remove the audio. You're using the YouTube library, right?
Yeah.
Should, hopefully.
I know YouTube for sure will not copyright it because, I mean, they did put it up on their platform for YouTubers to use, so...
Hopefully the bot realizes that. But at least they know that there are problems with the bot algorithm-wise, why they have the humans. They have human moderators. But, like, because you saw that tweet a while ago about them not having human, like, their actual people to help moderate.
You mean how YouTube is switched over to bots basically to moderate everything?
Yeah, and how they know, like, hey, yeah, we realize some content will get taken down. We apologize. Because that bot's not perfect. Can I have to make 2 of these? No, I only have to make 1 of these. Cool.
Oh, it's R2.
Yeah. I really like the direction we were going with that thing. That was awesome.
What, the
Star Wars? Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna hate this upcoming opening arc for the Star Wars roleplay.
For creepers?
Yes.
That actually makes me more interested for it. I'm excited. Oh boy, fun. Tiny pieces again.
might jump over there if they jump in DC though. So
I might join you guys, but just because of chat.
Yeah.
Just because I like chatting with people.
Might have to. I want to minimize the game screen, but because I did move one of the files around on my computer just so I could get them on my desktop, I did have to remove some of the backgrounds for my stream.
Oof.
Because it says it was still pulling it from the desktop, even though
it's not in the it doesn't have it from the right file location. Yeah, that's kind of important.
Yeah, because I moved it to my D drive.
You gotta make sure your path. Yeah, you gotta make sure the pathing is correct. Yeah, oh, excuse me. Yeah, guys, the reason I'm not talking much anymore is it's basically the same kind of procedures for everything on these, and I usually do these in silence anyway. Hopefully, by doing this more often, I'll get better at explaining, more pace. My explanations will be a little more paced as I go. I'll try and re-explain some of the basics every time or something.
How did I start off last time? Okay, I need a good quote for this one.
How about? Whoa, but the. Where is it? Some memes. Oh no, it's in I think it's all the way at the top here. I suddenly.
I've been doing with the beginning of the Star Wars roleplays, right? Also, to anybody watching on Twitch, we are talking about background things, so.
Yeah. Oh, for that. I was gonna say for your stream, I suddenly fly through the non-existent windows in the underground bunker. Pure gold right there, man. Pure gold.
You know what? We're gonna use this one.
Oh, tiny parts. Oh, those are so tiny. I've done tinier though. These aren't gonna be perfect. I don't like these being vicious. So this one I'm just doing one at a time because of how small it is. Instead of doing, but that's usually how I do it, one at a time. Then the curve of these is also really useful to push your metal parts around. Use these as a grip. This one, yeah, it has a twist. Perfecto. And we were nice busy today at work. Not not like slammed busy, but good flow of busy today.
I'm switching over to the other voice chat, by the way.
Alright, I think I'll come over and join you.
Alright.
Hello, hello, you're on stream.
Welcome to Dueling Streams.
It's like dueling banjos, but only better.
So, please no music in the bot today, most likely.
Yeah, and then I won't be paying.
To avoid copyright.
Yeah, and Star Wars will definitely hit it. It'll definitely get hit.
By Twitch, because, you know, Twitch has...
Twitch and YouTube, both. Especially by...
Yeah, Twitch and YouTube. YouTube will definitely hit it. Unless it's like one that you made, I think YouTube hits everything Star Wars related.
Well, especially right now, anyway.
Specifically, I think it should make it through the algorithm.
But no, they're gonna hit it hard, and we don't want that. I had a couple streams go around do that, so. But then again, that was like way back, and I didn't realize anything, so yeah. I mean, we can also always just mute the bot on our end.
Yeah, we could. Oh, dang it, there's mobs. Of course there's mobs. Alright, where the frick are you?
Actually, yeah, we'll just do that. Mandy, Angela, we'll just do that. We'll mute the bot on our end.
I don't know where this... Oh, he's right there. He's in my farm. So in case any of my stream viewers are wondering, the reason why you might see massive lag on my screen on the server, by the way, is because the server is hosted in Denmark, I think it is. So
Oof, that is far away.
Greatest connection ever. Yeah, no, it's hosted by the server owner lives in Denmark, so he hosts it out in Denmark. I could be wrong on that. Den, if you are watching, please correct me. I don't think you are watching, but if you are, please correct me. Meanwhile, I do actually have to go drop something off at Den's base, so...
Just love tiny pieces. I don't.
Yeah, no, I owe the server owner one piece of lapis because I used one of his lapis to enchant. Because I forgot my own.
But lapis is easy to get.
No, I left my lapis all the way over at my base, which is on the other side of the map. So I borrowed one piece of his... I borrowed one block from him, used one piece of lapis, and then took the rest of the 8 pieces of lapis back over to my base, grabbed one of my lapis, made a lapis block, and then just am now bringing the lapis block back to the base. It's a very long and complicated process for no apparent reason other than I'm just fucking lazy. I could have honestly just went back home to my base, grabbed one piece of lapis, and then brought that back to his base. But no, I had to be complicated. And I've been meaning to give him his lapis back for about 2 days now, so I'm a bit late on returning it.
He can't just let you borrow one lapis and make it fine?
Well, I already told him I was going to return his lapis anyway, so...
I just love small pieces. Especially when they don't like fitting. When you grab pieces like this small,
There's Creeper. Okay. Welcome, Creeper, to dueling Twitch streams as well, mate.
when you are grabbing pieces this small with the pliers, don't put too much force on them, otherwise you'll just crush them. As I was constantly doing that without realizing. Well, I wasn't fully crushing, but still.
Where did he put his last? I don't remember.
Both the third and fourth?
Oh, hey, Creeper, how's it going?
Who's escorting Moff Hargrave to his cell?
It would have been one of my pilots, but someone else can play that for right now because I am busy.
I am. He keeps his lapis, so I'm just gonna put it next to my head that I gave him. Now, where did my horse go?
Mandy, if you want to play Nora Wexley from the fleet, avid viewers might recognize that name from Star Wars lore. Maybe, maybe not.
I don't.
If you want to play Nora, go for it.
Gosh darn it.
Randy, did you catch that?
Isn't everyone from,
Yeah, pretty much.
dead?
Oh, hold on. It's
Okay,
just the characters I have.
Ran off to, and this is a little. Oh, I found it.
Deal with it. We're in a different like universe. Like anyone can be part of it.
K2SO.
I still love Creeper's meme, by the way, on Luke Skywalker in our timeline.
Yeah.
Slightly in SFW, so I won't be showing it on stream. I consider that slightly too SFW for my stream, honestly.
That
Still
probably
think
is,
it's
but
a privilege.
especially considering. Well, no.
But yeah, no, I
Considering the One Piece that we're not going to talk about on stream, that is a bit
The
NSFW.
person who actually posted it, which I don't think many people know, but
no, like I just played Luke how I thought.
As I get back to my base, I think I'm actually going to just stop streaming just so I can pay attention to the freaking.
Yeah, because you have a huge important. I want to finish R2. And for you guys on stream who didn't know, R2-D2 is not originally the numbers and letters. It was spelled out R2-D2 in the script.
I know.
We're talking to our stream.
Oh, let me pull up a text box and I'll type it in.
R-2-O-O-D-E-T-O.
New source, that. It was spelled out such as R2. Was it 2 E's or 1 E?
Two.
I think it's just one E.
Oh wait,
oh, it's
no.
two.
It's one. It's one.
I guess I'll just go.
Alright.
No, it's two.
It is 2, okay. Properties.
Or, no,
E.
I don't know. I'd have to pull it up.
Okay. And I'm assuming that.
So basically, that's how it was spelled out in the script. So
It's one.
Creeper,
Hey.
as soon as I'm done streaming here, I'm gonna send you a message, by the way.
that's how it was spelled out in the script for the actors, so they could properly pronounce it. But fans changed it to classic. And actually, I am going to leave this up. R2. I'm not looking at my keyboard for this. Nope. There we go. D2. No, not 3. D2. I'm actually going to leave it up because I think that looks cool. So fans decided to make it. If I can move this without moving. I hope I got the spelling right. If not, oh well. I know I should be going quicker and quicker. Let's pull this over here. I don't want it red. Screen look fine. Nothing's gonna look great. White is actually gonna show up. Oh, hold on. I can do background. Bring out a slight background, and there you go. There we go. And actually, I am going to go that. Hold on. Control Z, Control C. Discord has trained me to do Shift Enter, where I might not need to. So like if I'm doing like a Google Doc, just go to the next line down, I'll Shift Enter. I love that though. It's honestly probably for the better. Because on Word, if you do Shift Enter versus Enter, it's different. But moving on, shall we? Some of these small pieces I'm gonna have the glass down in front of me. I might even use this for even smaller pieces. If you see me move the camera slightly away from the table, that's because I need it out of my way. Oh, I better get back to the chat. Alright, I'm still here. Sorry. Oh, hey, Paint. Welcome to the Hold on. Hey, Paint. Welcome to the Chemistry Club. 2 months. Wow. Thank you. I will try and do it. I am glad to be back streaming, Paint. It's been a while. I needed that break, though, so... This is my first time doing something like this. So I know it doesn't look the greatest. I need to get a light behind my camera. I don't have the way to do that yet. But thank you for your continued contributions to Chemistry Club. Much appreciated. Sorry, guys. I at least have a keybind to do a deafen. So you got like it mute and deafen, so you guys don't have to sit through me doing that. I've had that keybind for a while. Yeah, R2-D2 is like my favorite droid. BB-8 is cool, but R2-D2 is the homeboy. Oh, fun. You gotta fold the tab at
BB-8's a cinnamon roll. R2-D2's a badass.
Yeah. Then again, my favorite Avenger is Iron Man. So that kind of tells you that I am a tech
We're
person.
gonna have to pause roleplay for like 2 hours, by the way. I have stuff that I need to do. We need to pause the roleplay for about 2 hours. I have to do some stuff.
What just went down? Something went down.
It's not big. It's not I mean, it's not like, oh yeah, like, just gonna be like doing stuff. Like, I have to do the dishes and stuff like that.
Okay, housework takes priority right now.
The dishes will take 2 hours?
Well, and then my mom wants me to move my computer and TV downstairs, so I have to do that as well. So, yeah.
Okay, well I'll stay in the voice chat with you guys.
So yeah, I'll be back. So
I'll be back.
yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
Well, alternative events, that's always fun. How have you guys been doing?
Plans for this shit.
Well, I didn't plan to stream. I was not expecting this to come in today. It was scheduled originally to arrive. Let me pull up the original mail. Where is it gonna be? Is it gonna be here? Is it gonna be here? No, it's gonna be here. I think.
The only stream I've actually ever been on was my friend's stream yesterday, where we did math for 3 hours because it was like, I think, no, 2 days ago. It was the first day we had online school, so we just did math on the stream for 3 hours, and I think we hit up to 32 viewers, which was pretty cool. We had, including our freaking math teacher.
Nice. So yeah, this package that I got today, originally scheduled April 2nd through April 8th for arrival. I'm super happy. Like I had the bridge I showed her, the Golden Bridge, which by the way, that's the Golden Gate Bridge model. MMS 001. That one's specifically 001G for it being gold. Don't know if it's their actual first model. This piece is a bit painful. You know what, screw it. I'm going to pull and twist it because that way. But yeah, no, it showed up a day early, so I was kind of halfway expecting it to show up anytime from today till the 8th. I'm just really glad it showed up. I'm gonna check on his spelling.
Oh yeah. So Angelo and Mandy. That's quickly check
Oh cool, I did get the spelling right.
You guys' characters have any response to this? I just remembered that. I was going to
Okay, where was I at? More small pieces. Okay, well, you get used to the small pieces. I'm not actually gonna use this. I don't always use this guy. He's just very useful. I wish he had a wider base. I had one a while back, but it was just it's not one I was borrowing for the time being from one of my grandparents. But this one's really nice with the magnifying glass. I just love to have a wider base. Where was I? B17 and 18. Hopefully in the future, when I do these next, I can get different things on screen. I just wanted a full screen for what I was building. Hopefully I can get, I need a top-down rig is what I need, and I don't have one right now. Like, this idea came about in the past couple of days. I could just leave the camera on my monitor. That's kind of complicated right now. I'd rather have a good view like this, where if I bring it up closer to my face, you guys have an easier time seeing. I do need this guy. Piece I just clipped out. I got this from, is it Office Depot?
Damn it, we wouldn't sense
Or Office Max.
Dark side kills 'em.
I got these from Michael's. I think I said something different earlier. Where's it? Yeah, I actually got these from Michael's. I think I said the wrong thing earlier. I got this from either Office Depot or Office Max. I want to say Office Depot. This. Very nice. There's a cover here that it since broke off. The one they had in store had the cover broken off, so I would not too worried. But it works very well. Okay.
Well, Angela's a little bit.
Yeah.
Mine is absolutely not.
Alright, one more time. Another thing, what they're going to be talking about is something completely different. But I just, for just keep company, I'm staying in the chat, don't worry. They're all friends of mine, and I enjoy being around them.
With Hargrove, too,
Yeah.
so that we need a Kino anyway.
Yeah.
I say you guys go ahead and start just a roleplay of your own, just of something.
Go ahead and make a note in chat saying that the next scene will be an interrogation. And what's his name? Commander Mars. Next scene's so.
And, hey guys, if I start talking about this thing randomly that I'm just doing it for stream, I'll try and mute myself, so. Like now. So, another thing, I won't be able to show this on the camera because it's very small detail. Always pay attention to what places are being folded on your instruction chart A. And B, if you're having a hard time figuring out which is engraved and not engraved, you can use what I described earlier as top and bottom. Very, very useful there. And then also usually, if it's like lines on one side, like where you fold, and nothing on the other side, where those lines are, that's going to be your engraved side. Also, orientation helps. So like for this piece here, let's see if I can show it. So like, this is the engraved side. Don't know if you can tell, I'm gonna, oof. Oh, that's the one thing I hate about this space. But I don't have room for the desk clamp. So I'm gonna try and cover it. But there is one side that is a bit, so there's there's a top and a bottom. Like as I'm holding it straight up and down. Like, and one left and right. So the top in the picture, the left side has got to be longer than the right here. But if I had it, and that's the engraved side, if I had it on the wrong side, yeah, just double checking the picture. So if I had it on the wrong side, on the top, the right would be longer than the left, and that's not right. So I can also tell that. There are lots of little things you can look at. Just double, triple check what it shows in your instructions. Very helpful. All right. I wonder if they're still there, actually. All right. I just looked at it at the RP channel. I like that. That's actually gonna be really interesting. What's going on in RP? Oh, that's gonna be interesting. Kino said I may not like it, but I kind of do. I know it's very bright here, and there's no real way for me to get away light because I need it.
Although my character is normally on the more childish side, she knows a trap when she sees a trap. And she knows something bad.
Alright guys, so I'm gonna do something a little weird here. I'm at the 2-hour mark to make my editing later a little easier. So honestly, I have no idea how to edit. I should learn. I am going to do a quick end and restart on the stream as just parting. It'll make sense when I publish it. It's just gonna help out. So wait one moment. I will be starting us back off. I should have honestly started the local record.